This Kenyan pastor starved over 400 of his church members to death, all because of his vision of the end time. The story behind it will blow your mind. Meet Paul Mackenzie, a Kenyan preacher who started a religious cult in the year 2003, known as the Good News International Ministry. Before he became a self-proclaimed end-time preacher, Mackenzie was said to be a taxi driver, not until he started preaching and claiming to be seeing revelation of the end time and also hearing directly from God, which eventually led to the establishment of his cult he called a church. Mackenzie's teaching were influenced by the end-time message of William Branham, and his followers believed that he had direct communication with God. His teaching revolves around end time. His preaching relates to the fulfillment of biblical prophecies about Judgment Day, the end of the world, the impending doom, and the supposed dangers of science. And he has made his followers believe that a heavenly voice has instructed him to prophesy on the approaching end of time. He pretty much convinced his congregation that the world was about to come to an end in 2 months' time, and the congregation was convinced to sell their properties and surrender the proceeds to Mackenzie, which he fraudulently used to acquire over 800 acres of land from Shakama Ranch in Shakahola in Malindi, Kenya. Afterwards, he called all his followers to come live within the land he has acquired, famously known as the Shakahola's Forex. Furthermore, his followers were called upon to resign from their gainful employment and follow Christ. He knew civil servants like teachers, doctors, and even members of the disciplined forces. They were also discouraged from seeking medical attention whenever they fell sick, and instead to seek divine intervention. Children of school-going age are equally not allowed to attend formal education, as he tagged it as evil. As a matter of fact, he instructed all graduates to burn their school certificate. Mackenzie also teaches against the Huduma number introduced by the government, as he claimed it was the mark of the beast and evil. He also claimed that ascending to heaven shall be from Malindi, and only those who have complied with his teaching shall join him in ascending. Interestingly, members of the cult engaged in little or no income-generating activities, as they were expecting or eagerly waiting for the end of the world. Many had become slaves in the vast Shakahola forest. They have been settled on an 800-acre parcel of land that is usually subdivided by Mackenzie, with the occupants settled according to their ethnic backgrounds. Members of his church were also forced to fast and sacrificing what they hold dear, including their lives, as part of their adherence to his teachings. It was said that he emphasized fasting to death as one way to see God. According to sources, Mackenzie told his followers the world would end on April 15, and Satan will rule for 1,000 years. He ordered them to starve themselves and their children to death so they could meet Jesus in heaven ahead of that date. That was how the members commenced the starvation period, which they were required not to take food or water till death, while waiting for the end of the world. Weeks later, his cult became the focus of national horror, with the discovery in late April of more than 100 bodies, mostly children, in mass graves in Shakahola's forest of southeast Kenya, which is home to his Good News International Church. As at date, more than 420 dead bodies have been recovered in his church. The police authority claimed that some of the dead bodies have missing organs, and they believe they were being harvested and sold. However, Mackenzie denied every allegations. What many Kenyans don't know is that Mackenzie before this time have previously been arrested and charged to court for different offenses, such as murder, kidnapping, and cruelty towards children, all of which he was granted bail and set free. But this time around, after the Shakahola's Forest massacre, he was however arrested again, but he denied forcing his members to fast to their death. As funny as it may sound, he was not found guilty for the killing of his members. The court only found Paul Mackenzie guilty of being in possession of and distributing films without a license. He was sentenced to 1 year in prison for operating a film studio illegally, and a further 6 months for illegally distributing unrated films to support his radical sermons. Thank you for watching. Please follow or subscribe to my channel for more intriguing videos like this.